New goals, baby boo. Got my wrist in these grits, tryna whip something new. I am sick of this rampant. So are you. Hold on, switch. Mama, I'm gonna introduce my ego. Since the world full of villains, then let's introduce the heroes. We the good guys, no blood on our hands. Cheeto, she a attack. Finna, guaranteed, move back. Type of view is that on the globe? It's a visionary peeking out the window of my soul. Might just fall back, lend a helping hand and play my role. You ain't all that in the mirror oversold. Call me Reason A, aka Malcolm XL. That's a big pun, bigger punishment. I give him hell, getting done. Keep it blunt enough, you can't cough drop. Tell them hard for their health.
Al fin han encontrado el negrito con los colorados, el mejor desde Colombia a los estados. Para los que no piensan que yo soy mejor, tengo todo, tus raperos favoritos paniqueados, ten cuidado. Estos raperos son mis hijos adoptados. Acuérdate que ni hizo el sonido que te ha gustado. Pídeme permiso when you copy my style. This bridge, I done burnt them all with a freestyle. Black on both sides de Colombia, oye peep style. Como yo lo hago, ain't nobody finna do it now. Up to uptown, all the way down through the south. No hay nadie que pueda conmigo, Dios es mi testigo. I'm the one that shut it down. Just a light from a vision that I had in the dark. Tunnel vision on the bigger picture. The charts wanna play the game, but don't never play their part.
I'm really out for blood this time, look.
The NFL playoffs are on EA Sports, and we've got a packed house here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the Detroit Lions and the Atlanta Falcons. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Hey, computer.
They go play action here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You talk about closing in a hurry as a safety and run support. Not only did he get a good run in, he gave him a pretty good pop, too, and finished off the play behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Ultra. Go ultra. Hey, go steal.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 30. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Stopped short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Right.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So on 4th down, Ritter heads to the sideline. Younghoe Koo gets set for the Atlanta field goal. Koo knocks this one through the post. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. This is DeAndre Swift, who, of course, played just up the road in Athens. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Once again, it's Swift.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
He'll look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He'll look to throw.
We're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On 2nd down, Swift.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. They'll set up a throw.
And a throw for Pittman is intercepted.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
A nice run right there, and we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of. And here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year. And look, I think we both believe that the burden is a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. But that's not to say this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn the pressure up in the postseason. So let's see how he handles things early.
So on 4th down, Ritter heads to the sideline. Younghoe Koo gets set for the Atlanta field goal. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will make it 6-0. So the interception set him up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They find themselves down here after an interception on their opening drive led to a field goal. But all in all, you'd have to say fortunate to be only down 6.
Yeah, and you know how teams huddle on the sideline before they come out on the field in between series? Guaranteed what's said there is, guess what, guys? We take this ball, move it downfield, put it in the end zone, we're right back to even.
So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game of the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together, wanting him to get the ball and get it often, and they want to carve some holes out there for him.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a give right side Swift. Gets past one man, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
Okay, ready?
6-0 our score after 1. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Swift going to try up the middle. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw here. Dancing to his left. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. That's caught inside the 20.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read a receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Swift is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Swift again. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. DeAndre Swift taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Lions are an extra point away from taking the lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Ready?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
2nd and 13. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Down the numbers. There he goes. The 20. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. 71 yards. And the Falcons take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And we often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw because that one hung up there for a long time.
And it'll be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Boy, the coverage there, airtight as he comes away with the interception.
Love that observation there because they were taking a shot at the end zone, but you're right about the coverage. Absolutely tremendous. And this they could clip for a training tape. staying with him down the field, locates the football in the air, and comes away with the interception.
A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. On play action, they'll throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Ritter and the Falcons need an answer, and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack. They'll look to throw here. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by a Fitu Melifonwu. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Here's a handoff to Swift running left. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Looking to throw. And in for the Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
It's a gain of 35.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner. Great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Picked up by a Fitu Melifonwu. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Let's go now.
They'll look to throw. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away?
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Garden, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Right side to Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here's a handoff to Swift. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 47 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the option to give to Swift here. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's
third down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to the running game with Swift. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 4th down. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Hey, check mega.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A gain of 22.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Got it. Triple 38.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
And this one's incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Ready?
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
2nd down, it's Henderson. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. They'll run for it with Algier, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that'll bring him back within a point. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. On the option to give to Swift here. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They run out of the gun with Swift. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, here comes Swift. 79 yards on the ground here for Swift. He's got a first down as well.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. From the gun, here's Swift. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
On the handoff, this is Swift. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. And the tight end goes in motion left. Now it's Swift. Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Let's go. Right, 27. Ready, go.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. A big one coming for kicker Eddie Pinheiro. This to get the lead up to 4. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this is going to remain a 1-point game. Had a chance to give themselves there some important wiggle room, but what a ride.
Yeah, let's do the simple math here, and you know for me it has to be simple. Instead of this thing kind of giving them that wiggle room you talked about, now we're talking about possibly losing a ball game because they left the door open.
To the 43, 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Edwards. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 32 on the play. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Check here. Blue check. Yellow, one. Mega. Ready?
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And they've got a fourth down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Koo knocks this one through the post. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large, but here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school, I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a carry for Swift. They find some open field here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 130 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Once again, it's Swift. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. He'll get it inside the 20, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
Come on, back.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. A handoff, Swift running to the left. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So it'll all come down to the right foot of Eddie Pinheiro. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to advance to the divisional round. And the kick is good. He got it. And it's official now. They're going to the playoffs. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
Our Father who art in heaven, I love when you toss me blessings. You never throw interceptions, I catch them like O.D. Beckham. Hard to knock the devil when built like Tiana Teller and balling at 27. I feel like Iman Shumpert. Know there's a disconnect.